Hi, Kelsey K here to give you my review of RWBY Volume 1, Chapter 2, The Shining Beacon. So, the plot of this episode's pretty straightforward. Ruby and Yang arrive at Beacon Academy, and Yang promptly ditches Ruby, and Ruby is left trying to figure out what the heck she's supposed to be doing. And she kind of winds up making an enemy of Weiss by tripping over her luggage and almost blowing up the courtyard in front of the school. Not exactly sure how that happened. But anyway, so then she kind of sort of meets the character of Blake, and then John winds up helping her figure out what the heck's going on and, get introduced to our resident nice guy. So, yeah, pretty straightforward. So, the one thing I have to say about this bit here, the show does follow a lot of anime cliches. I mean, I haven't watched that much other anime, but I do know, like, the little guy Ruby turns into when she's geeking out about the weapons that's pictured above is kind of an anime cliche, and then the eyes thing that happens later, like, in some of the weird jerky hand movements that Ruby does, I know those are pretty typical anime cliches. So I love how much Ruby is such a weapons geek and an introvert in the first few episodes. Though I do have to say the whole introvert thing and having trouble making friends, while I understand her fear and stuff, it's like, doesn't really fit up with her character later. She doesn't seem like that much of an introvert, speaking as an introvert. So I find it a little odd, but it does work, and it's really cute to watch and understandable. It's hard coming to a new school, so her, especially one where you blow up the courtyard the first time you're there, it's pretty easy to understand why she's acting that way. All I have to say on this part is Ruby and Yang are most definitely sisters with the whole hood pulling down thing, and Yang ditching her, which, Yang, you're a bit of a jerk for doing that. Speaking of jerks, the scene with Weiss is definitely not on my list of favorite Ruby scenes ever. Weiss also isn't on my list of favorite characters ever because she's such a jerk, which is understandable considering her background and such. Though, honestly, in Volume 4 I started to like her better because she does have probably the first or second most interesting backstory on Team RWBY. So this scene just didn't make any sense, because there was a big fireball blown in front of the school, but no one was hurt, there was no damage whatsoever, and no adults showed up. It just didn't make any sense, though the one thing of it is it does make a interesting and dramatic way to meet your future best friend. Oh my gosh, Volume 1 Blake was my spirit animal. I loved her in Volume 1, and yeah, I just could rave about her in Volume 1. Didn't like her so much in Volume 4 when she went all emo and hadn't figured out the thing about friendship yet. But in this episode, Blake's role where she just dissed Weiss was great. I love Blake. This moment is very relatable when she tries to say, "Hi, what's your name?" to Blake. Yeah, I've been there. Very relatable. If there were more people like Jean in this world, then this world would be a better place, because there need to be more people like John. He's just so nice and just helps Ruby out in a situation that is beyond awkward. The bit where Ruby is showing off Crescent Rose to Jean is awesome, and it's also a gun. That is just classic. And then poor Jean with his sad little sword. I cannot wait to hear the history of that sword. I'm betting there's going to be something to that. Neither of them have any idea where they're going. That is the perfect way to end this episode. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of my review. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.